Previously on Dice Versa.
You just knock the Zarb back. He just gets knocked onto his ass. As you emerge from the changing room, you see the Zarb. He is awaiting you almost like a servant would await their master. As you hand over your old hidden soldier armor, he hands you the small item. You recognize this item as a brown force field armor upgrade.
Whoa!
This is the ship's transponder, which of course will make thy ship appear as the relic to any scans. And this is a weapon seal of spell throwing, which should allow thee to use the spell gem that is held within. The gem contains a spell of disguise, which should allow thee to appear fleshy for a short while.
You wouldn't happen to know if their security is all throughout, or is it just at the entrance?
It is a maximum security prison. I assume that it is throughout. But I have something that should help at least a little bit. It's a plastic key card. And she says, I found this upon the relic. It should grant thou access from the prison's cargo bay into the cell blocks at least.
I believe she is not a fan of this next part.
A few of Ukko's unsecured items fly out of the hatch as the atmosphere vents.
Oh, damn it!
You spend the day relaxing in Hashashir's private dock, and with a little exploration, you find a well-stocked kitchen, complete with a food synthesizer, and a lounge room decked out with multiple computers, sofas, TVs, various games, and even a holovid projector. There are also 4 rejuvenation pods along the western wall, one of which is much larger than the others. And you know that resting in these pods will leave you rejuvenated and cleaned in 6 hours instead of the normal 8. Upon closer inspection, you find that you can also pay 450 credits for the pods to infuse you with a dormant serum of enhancement that stays in your system for 24 hours and can be activated as a standard action.
Oh, that sounds good.
But you're still hungry.
What does that do?
So, the serums of enhancement give you specific enhancements for up to 1 hour, depending on which serum you take.
Oh.
So, you can choose from one of these 6 options for your serum of enhancement. The effects last up to 1 hour. However, like I said, these pods infuse you with a dormant version of it, so you can manually activate it anytime you want within 24 hours of the pod infusing you.
I didn't even need to learn Aslanti.
How many UBs do we have?
We have 4,600 UPBs left.
Okay, so we each could afford to get one potentially. How far away is Gulta from here is the bigger question.
That is a great question. I'll say that you guys have had this conversation with Talmrin before. You know, we'll just hand wave it because it's information that you probably would have asked or would have been told to you. So you guys know that it takes, on average, about 4 days to get there. Fastest is 3 days and at longest 6 days. But normally it's 4 or 5 days.
Oh, okay. So then wouldn't help in the prison because the day would have gone by that we could use it. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately that is true.
All right, well.
But something to keep in mind.
Definitely. Now that we know this place is here, if we have more stuff to do, at least in Outpost Z or nearby it.
Yeah, and one of these pods is big enough to fit you, Ukko, just so you know.
Aw, thanks.
You're welcome. So yeah, you guys have a day to hang out and do whatever you want while the ship is being worked on. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I think it's important we should all firstly figure out, are we taking the Sundering Eclipse under the guise of the other one, or do we want to take that ship? I feel like if we're going to be doing possibly a quick getaway, you know, we might want the Sundering Eclipse.
Well, Mishka, you got a good look at the relic. How does it compare to the Sundering Eclipse?
That's a great question, Mr. GM.
So the relic is I'll say it is a really nice ship. It is probably comparable to what the Sundering Eclipse was at Tier 3.
Yes, I guess then with that information, Mishka will say that, it's actually pretty similar to the Sundering Eclipse. So it would not be too, not any worse than taking our ship. We're still having problems with Cooper, so I don't know if that will be any sort of factor in anything or not.
I see.
If anything, maybe leaving the Sundering Eclipse, Talmrin could take a gander at what's going on with Cooper.
I didn't ask her to look into that for me. If she finds anything out, ask her to let me know. But I think it would be probably good to take the relic, so that way, if we do have to make a quick getaway and we can't get to the relic, maybe we can try and get to another nearby ship if one is there.
Yeah, that's fair.
That way we don't have to worry about getting to a specific location.
Not leaving Cooper behind, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if anyone is familiar with the relic, even though we could make the transponder say that we are the relic, we wouldn't want to blow the whole operation just because it pulls into dock and then someone doesn't recognize it.
It's not a shuttle or whatever, yeah.
Well, I mean, the Sundering Eclipse is a shuttle, but it is a different model.
Yeah, there's more for taking the relic than taking the Sundering Eclipse, so...
Yeah, we don't want to put the Sundering Eclipse at risk.
Yeah. Well, then the only other thing I'm really thinking of is, before we even get there, Talmrin did say we are getting some supplies to bring, right? I know she's taking some for whatever she's up to, but we are having supplies to bring, right? Because we are a supply ship, right? I mean, you guys are. I'm a prisoner that tried to steal supplies on Outpost Z.
Well, I mean, if anything, we can try to make it look like we're bringing in supplies at the very least.
Just gonna say, these sound like really good questions for Talmrin.
Yeah, we should probably ask Talmrin, said no one, just me. My bright idea, so...
You guys also know that Talmrin is currently modifying the Sundering Eclipse to look like the relic, so if you want to change those plans, you should probably go tell her.
Oh... I mean, we could still use the Aslanti appearance, first and foremost.
That is true.
You want to ask?
Yeah, let's go find Talmrin.
Yeah, you guys ask. I saw some games over there I kind of want to peek at. For training, keep hand-eye coordination and stuff.
Okay, so I guess then Navessah and Mishka, you split off and go out through the force field into the vacuum of space and across that docking bridge into the Sundering Eclipse. You head to Talmrin. You find her in the engine room, and she is just tinkering away on the engine of the Sundering Eclipse.
Hi, Talmrin. Sorry to bother you. Do you mind if we have some quick discussions with you?
Yes, of course. Anything that thou wish to talk about before thou leaveth for thy mission.
Thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt. We were wondering, do you think maybe it might be better for us to take the relic to Gulta as opposed to the Sundering Eclipse?
She furrows her brow for a second as she considers this, and she says,
Yes, it is a nice vessel indeed, but it will be nothing compared to thine ship when I hath completed mine work. Art thou sure?
We're just a little concerned that we're already putting a lot at risk, putting our ship as well, and we're worried about the off chance of someone at the prison recognizing the relic. Perhaps it's a return vessel, and there are a lot of factors, and we're just trying to mitigate risk.
When you mention that you're worried about the ship being recognized, she smiles and lets out a little bit of a laugh.
Allow me to guess. Seance placeth that idea into thy head?
She did mention that. Is that a problem?
No, it shall not be a problem. Seance is quite the ship junkie, much more than your average Aslanti. No, I think the look of thine ship is not what thine needeth worry about.
She reaches her hand into an open panel in the wall that she's been working on, and she yanks hard. You hear like a pop and a sizzle. And a moment later, Talmrin is holding some sort of fuse in her paw, and she says,
It is the signature of thine engine that will giveth thee away to the Aslanti AI.
She winks as she places the fuse in her toolbox and grabs another fuse that she uses to replace the one she just tore out, and she says,
There! Now thou art basically flying an Aslanti ship.
No, that makes sense. Good to know.
I see, so you don't think it'll be an issue, our ship not getting recognized one way or another is not the relic?
No. As long as thou hath the relic transponder and the modified engine signature, and she nods again at the fuse in her toolbox, then thou shouldst appear as the relic to any AI sensors in Aslanti space. If the guards at Gulta are keen enough to recognize that this is a different model than the relic, it would be as simple as explaining that the relic is undergoing maintenance and that thou needed a new vessel to temporarily carry out thy business, yes? Beyond that, the only thing that thou wouldst need to worry about is a true ship connoisseur recognizing this as a packed world design, but such things all coinciding at once are quite unlikely. It is something that I am personally not worried about.
Well then, Mishka, I think the decision should be yours then. The Sundering Eclipse is yours after all.
Wouldst thou not prefer to be in thine own ship, if push were to come to shove?
That is a very good point. You are right. Yes, I would much rather be in the Sundering Eclipse if we were to catch ourselves in a bind.
Thank you for your insights, Talmrin.
Yes, thank you very much. Please continue working on our ship and making sure it is the best we can deal with.
Is there anything else that I can help thou with?
Yes, have you had a chance to look into our ship's AI? Cooper has been acting strange and I'm not sure 100% how to fix it.
Yes. I did have a chance to look at the AI core, and I can confirm that there is a virus or something affecting the Cooper AI. I have asked Hashachir to look into it further, but between thou and I, Hashachir is not quite so good at the computers, so I do not think he will make much progress. However, upon thy return, I will have more time to do a full diagnostic. Perhaps then we shall learn something new, yes?
Sounds good, thank you. Yes, it's just something I am not too familiar with, so figured I'd at the very least ask. Even if you can't do anything, I appreciate you looking.
Well, now we have some time. I mean, if you want, I could try and take a look at the computer systems as well, if you could use an extra pair of hands. Unless, of course, I was going to ask if there were any way that we might be able to access any kind of information on Gulta. I don't know if you've got a computer systems where I can dig around a little bit.
Yes, I believe Hashashir has a computer in the dock that thou couldst use. I do not know what information thou wouldst find, but perhaps here in the Aslanti Empire thou wouldst find more information than thou couldst in the Pact Worlds.
Excellent.
However, I do not know how much information thou will find on Gulta itself. Sardot Ulevestra does not broadcast his business.
Then perhaps maybe general information you can find. That could be useful.
Yes, trying to do my due diligence and find any information at all.
Indeed, and thou shalt have plenty of time to investigate the Cooper AI during your trip to Gulta, as it will take multiple days. I think it is a better use of thy time here upon the station to continue thy preparations and investigations.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. You don't see any potential risk of this virus jeopardizing our mission in any way, do you?
I cannot make any promises in that regard. It is spreading, but it is spreading slowly. So long as thou dost not do anything to hasten its spread, it should be manageable while thou art away.
Keep that in mind, thank you.
Plus, if it spreads to the prison, who knows, maybe that might be beneficial for us, but we'll see.
A possibility I hadn't considered, but yes.
Either way, thank you very much, Talmrin, for your insights and your help.
If you don't need any assistance here, we'll return back to the dock.
Yes, we won't bother you any further. Thank you very much.
She nods and grabs a wrench from her toolbox and says,
Yes, if there's anything else that thou needeth, please do not hesitate to ask.
Thank you. Give a nod, and I guess we'll head back. At least Mishka will head back. Not sure if Navessah will follow.
Yeah, no, Navessah's coming back to try and use Hashashir's computer terminal.
Okay, so yeah, you guys all head back. You saw the computer inside of the sort of lounge room, so you head back in there and find Ukko playing his arcade games.
Dragon's Rule!
There is a computer terminal along the wall over here in the northeast corner.
Oh, hey, so what's the word on the ship?
So we talked to Talmrin, and she thinks that using the Sundering Eclipse would probably be the better idea.
Oh, cool.
if we're going to get in a tough spot, it would be better to have something more familiar and reliable, And then after talking about it, I agreed.
Yeah, cool. And what about the supplies?
Oh shit, forgot to ask about that.
Okay, you know what, I'll handle it. And then Ukko's gonna go.
I believe Talmrin said that they're going to take care of that.
Well, I'm gonna make sure. You guys relax, or whatever you're doing. Bye. And just walks out and starts heading to Talmrin.
All right.
For some reason, I'm terrified. What's gonna happen?
It'll be fine.
So Ukko pauses his game and heads out across the docking bridge into the Sundering Eclipse to find Talmrin. And you find her in the engine room, still tinkering away.
Hey, Talmrin.
Ah, yes, hello, large one. What can I do for thee?
Sorry for another interruption. The numbskulls forgot to ask. We're gonna be able to have some supplies to bring, right? Because it is a supply ship and all, right?
Make a sense motive check real quick.
Ukko rolled an 11.
So you notice that she sort of side glances for a second and she says,
Yes, I shall take care of that for thou. Do not worry.
So, what exactly are we gonna be bringing to Gulta?
Cargo boxes?
And in these boxes,
Materials?
such as...
Whatever I can find.
Listen, if you got some secondary thing you're trying to pull here, just let us know and maybe we can help. Cause, no offense, but you seem sketchy as hell.
No, nothing to worry about. Nothing secondary, only primary. I must save my friends from the prison. However, the cargo from the relic has already been sold and spent on these new parts.
and she gestures at the fuse and the ship upgrades.
I see. So, right, your primary is saving your friends, and our primary is saving our friend. And together we're gonna try to save friends.
Yes, our goals align.
Yeah. So, just want to be clear, so we can maybe better help your friends escape Gulta as well. You got something planned here, or was that little side-eye cutesy thing you did just nothing?
She sighs and says,
Very well. This is perhaps the most concerning part of the plan, and I did not wish to worry thee while thou were busy preparing for thy departure. But it is true that it would be best for thou to know with all the details. So, as I mentioned, the cargo from the relic has been sold and put to use, other than the UPBs, which I have also given to thou for preparations. As such, it was the plan to simply fill the cargo boxes with refuse.
Gross.
With hopes that it would buy thee enough time to complete thy mission and escape before suspicion was raised too much.
Okay. Alright, so not a bad plan. I appreciate your honesty. So, I'm not gonna pass as Aslanti, no matter what.
Yes, that is certainly true.
So we're thinking that the other two can use their whatever to look as Lottie and take me in as a prisoner, right?
Indeed.
So maybe we could sell that better if supplies are gone. We, like we actually did, lured them here. But rather than killing them off in the crew, me and my gang, that definitely I have a gang, stole the supplies and messed with some of the other crew people, killed, I don't know, whatever. And I was captured.
This could perhaps work. Thou shouldst iron out the details on the trip to Gulta so that thou stories match, I believe.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'll talk with the others, but just hold off on the refuse bit just for a moment, alright? Let me just talk it over with the others and see if our plan would work better with no supplies rather than fake supplies, you know what I mean?
Very well. And you notice that she does like another side glance, this time towards the cargo bay.
They're already in here, aren't they?
Yes.
Got it. Alright, well... Okay, second thing, real quick. I know you mentioned this before, but... better safe than sorry. Where are your, recent prisoners, so we might be able to ask if they know anything of Gulta that might help?
The crew of the Relic.
Yeah, what's left?
You wish to speak to them?
Yeah, if we could, I think that might be helpful. One of them was rather amicable, as far as I recall. He really didn't want to die.
I see. Yes, this can be arranged. However, I will warn thee that this is but one of many supply crews in the Aslanti fleet, and there is no guarantee that this particular crew has visited Gulta before. So I would warn thee not to get thy hopes up too high.
Sure, yeah, I mean, no harm, right? If anything passes the time that we're waiting anyway, right?
Certainly.
Hey, one more, so sorry, quick question. So, who are you exactly? Because you got plans, you got friends, you got people helping you out here. Are you kind of a, underground head honcho around here or something?
Certainly not, no. I am no honcho, head or otherwise.
Can I sense that a bit just to see?
Yeah, do a sense motive check.
I'll try my sense motive. Wow, how's an 8 do for Ukko's sense motive?
Yeah, you can't get a read on Talmrin. She seems pretty genuine to you right now, but yeah, she shrugs when she says,
As I have told thee, I used to be a past digger, an archaeologist with my companions. We would find artifacts taken by the Aslanti and return them to the aliens to whomst they rightly belonged. It was quite a good gig for a while, until, as thou knoweth, things took a turn to the south.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I have been biding my time here upon Outpost Z, looking for an opportunity such as the one that thou and thy crew hast provided.
Hey, you're welcome. So then, you just have more friends that are helping you out here, is that what I'm understanding? Like that big guy that came by earlier?
Yes. As you have probably realized, Outpost Z is a bit of an anomaly here in Aslant space. There are few places as laxly patrolled by the Aslanti, and so, like many of the aliens in the outskirts of Aslant territory, my companions and I use the outpost as a headquarters of sorts. And so yes, I do have many contacts here upon the station.
Got it. Okay, hey, that was it. I'm sure the others were asking about Cooper and stuff, right?
Yes, they did mention.
Okay, yeah, alright, hey, then, cool. Thanks for the eventual honesty and, all the help. I don't intend to leave any of your friends behind, so I'll do what I can.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Sure thing.
And Ukko's just gonna quickly, go up to the, where does he say, cockpit or computer room where Hashashir is?
yeah, Hashashir's in the helm at the science officer station.
I'm just gonna kind of peek in the door
Hey, Hashashir, going well? Everything good? Is Cooper gonna kill us, or are we good?
Hello, Ukko. I have made little headway with your artificial intelligence. However, from what I can tell, and from discussing with Talmrin, we are both confident that its deterioration should not be a problem as long as your trip to Gulta is short.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ride there, and...
Yes.
What do you say, 2 weeks or a month? What are you thinking, bud?
It is hard to say, but based on the current rate of its spreading, I would say that you have at least a month of time before it goes...
critical.
Yes, exactly.
Alright, hey, thanks for that. Hey, random question before I head out. How do you have a private dock here, bud?
Well, you see, I always wanted to live a life of travel, to explore the galaxy. However, as you know, I am quite ill.
Yeah.
And so, once it became clear that a life among the stars was not fated for me, I came here to Outpost Z. If I could not visit the galaxy, I thought perhaps here, upon the station, a small part of the galaxy could perhaps visit me instead. And so, I spent my life savings to purchase this dock, to carve out a small piece of comfort where I could spend my final days.
Ukko kind of awkwardly shuffles a bit, do a little fist against the door. So, if this all goes smooth and we get back fine and dandy and our friends okay and we can get back to here, is there, anywhere else you maybe want to get to? We could drop you off or something for your final days.
A kind gesture. There are many places in the galaxy that I wish to see, but as I have mentioned, travel is quite difficult if I do not have a regular supply of my medicine. Things become quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, hey, if you manage to get a little stockpiles worth or plan ahead and figure out where you want to go or something, sure the other guys won't mind bringing you somewhere if that's something you want to do or,
A most kind offer. I shall keep that in mind. Thank you, Ukko.
Yeah, hey, no, this fair's fair, right? You did us a solid or 5, so, we owe you 1, so. Alright, yeah, you keep at it. Thanks for the info. Take it easy a bit, don't overdo it. Bye. And just turns and leaves, heads back.
And he just nods at your back and turns back to work as well.
Ukko will go join the other 2, whatever they were doing during all this time, but goes to join them again.
Yeah, let's get a computers check from Navessah to see if you find anything useful about Gulta.
Navessah rolls a 26.
Whoa!
Pretty good. All right. You don't find anything specifically about Gulta. You don't find a map or anything like that, but you do find just general information about Aslanti security protocols. Probably the most important thing that you find there is the fact that it is standard procedure for high security Aslanti facilities to use what are known as blood locks. And blood locks require you to have pure Aslanti blood for them to open, even if you have clearance. So you don't know whether or not Gulta has them for sure, but just based on the information, it seems like it's pretty likely that you are going to encounter at least some of these blood lock doors.
Some racist ass shit.
Curious. Does it say anything about how the blood is detected? Does a sample need to be provided, or just does it scan and just be yeah, you look Aslanti?
It is a handprint scanner that is able to check your genetic makeup and see if you are truly pure-blooded Aslanti.
So you can't just bring blood in a cup or something?
We bring a hand in a cup.
It's a possibility. You guys can try whatever you want to try.
We will see what happens, but Navessah will log that away under useful information and make sure to let the boys know.
Mm-hmm. Mishka, what were you doing while Ukko was away and Navessah was on the computer?
I think Mishka will be hanging out in the same room as the computer with Navessah, just kind of installing the jump jets into his new armor and just making sure all of his gear and everything is set up appropriately and is ready for this mission.
Ukko busts in.
Alright, so I don't know what you all learned, but I talked to Talmrin and Hashashir. So it looks like you guys were talking about Cooper. We probably have about a month before it starts to get bad for us on the ship, So we want to make sure we're not gone too long or we've handled this by then.
Yes, hopefully it shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, right. Secondly, I was right! Talmrin It was a little sketchy. So she was loading up the supply crates, but with garbage. So they would have found out eventually we didn't actually have supplies.
I mean, that's kind of what I figured. I mean, they were going to take the resources for themselves. It wouldn't make sense for them to just put them back if they're.
I know, but you know something. Point being, I was right. Secondly, do we want to roll with this idea and maybe, this one tried to, him and his gang killed the captain and the crew and tried to steal the supplies, but we caught this one, and here are the supplies, or do we want to, and his gang stole the supplies, but we caught this one, how do you want to...
I'm okay with having the fake cargo, as if we bring that in, it could prevent unwanted detention if, the supplies were missing. Maybe someone higher up might come down to yell at us or anything. So I think it'd be better to have the supplies, and maybe I can engineer some camouflage onto them to make them look not full of shit or whatever's in there.
Yeah, she used the word refuse, so, take that as it is.
That's not a bad idea, but I don't think we want to get too elaborate in the lies that we tell.
Yeah, that was the next part, our story. So, yeah, there clearly was a stop at Outpost Z. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my gang tried to rob y'all and killed the captain and some crew, but you caught me, right?
Are they expecting the now deceased captain?
Yeah.
Or would I be impersonating the captain?
I'll leave that up to you. Hell, I could just be a prisoner that's been, we picked up this one too along the way because we were heading here, whatever,
Yeah, I think just simply us showing up, I am the captain, and you are our prisoner. You are arrested for trespassing and, assaulting an Aslanti officer, and I assume that'll be more than enough to get you thrown away.
Yeah, here at Outpost Z. I did this, that's the stop, right?
Yes. It could simply be that maybe we just caught you looking at the ship, thinking about robbing it or something.
Sure, hey, my job is prisoner, and I ain't talking to you, but if they ask, yeah. Second, if I'm a prisoner, should I have, manacles or something, cuffs?
That is a good point.
I'm sure we can get that arranged.
Yeah, cool.
At this point, Ukko, your comm unit blips with a notification, and you see a message from Talmrin saying that one of her compatriots is on their way with a couple of the relic engineers.
Hey, alright. Talmrin says the crew's coming right now, so y'all we'll go to the other fancy seated room or something and we'll talk with them, or where are you? No, out to the dock. Yeah, maybe. You're in charge.
As you step out, you actually see the relic engineers coming down the hall being escorted by that large, hairy, gorilla-looking creature.
I want to fight him.
They are currently chained and being led as prisoners through the dock. As you guys sort of meet in the hallway, the gorilla creature, roughly grabs the Aslanti engineers and stops them, and he just sort of grunts at you in acknowledgement.
Thanks, pal.
Ukko will turn to the one that was very much, don't kill me!
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you.
What?
In Aslanti.
What do you want? Are you letting us go home?
Listen, we need some info. If you got any on Gulta, we need to know more. The more you share with us, the better it's gonna work for you.
Gulta? I barely know anything about it. We only drop supplies off there.
Alright, what's the procedure with that?
We fly towards the prison, and they tell us where to land, and we land, and they empty out the cargo, and we leave.
So you guys don't even normally get off the ship?
Only into the docking bay.
If we brought in a prisoner, would they allow us to escort them into the cells?
Perhaps. I mean, I've never done it.
Turns to Navessah and Mishka and in basic common, whatever it is.
So it's looking like I'll be able to get in, at least. I don't know if you all want to maybe save your woo-woo stuff to look like guards rather than crew of the ship when we get there, you know what I mean?
I mean, we're still going to need to get in, and it's better that we stay with you.
Yeah.
If I'm impersonating an officer, I mean, I can try my best to ensure that I want to see you put away myself. See if I can try and pull any kind of rank. I don't know. What was the rank of the guy that Ukko murked?
The captain of the ship?
Yeah, just a captain.
Yeah, I mean, he was a captain of a supply ship, so he's not like, it wasn't even like a military vessel, right?
Okay, gotcha.
That's why I'm wondering.
You know, that's not a terrible idea. Perhaps we can lure in one of the guards to, you know, help us get you out of the ship, and then we can knock him out, and then I can take his disguise instead.
I mean, it's up to you guys. It's a super prison, so they probably got some quick response stuff, so I'm just saying, my role is prisoner. I'm just gonna get in there and wing it. You know what we could do? Just an idea. If we're able to, I don't know, hide or smuggle or keep just a few of our things on us somehow, maybe Mishka and I are captured. And then Mishka can take the form of just the guard appearance in there somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. Again, my role here is prisoner and wing it. So...
I mean, our plan was originally to transform Mishka, so that way we only have one of us at a disadvantage, not two of us.
Yeah.
Plus, with some of the spells, Mishka would be able to smuggle in some of your equipment more easily.
Yeah, okay, alright, real quick, hold on. Turns back to the prisoners and looks at the other one in Aslanti. You got anything you want to say? To help you out here real good.
What do you want to know?
Well, you leave the ship, you heard about Gulta, either of you, anything that'll help us so we can help you. Because I don't know what that Ghost Claw and this big ape have in mind, but it doesn't seem good for you.
They both like look at each other and gulp, and the second one says,
Well, I haven't been inside the prison proper, but every time that I've delivered there, and it's been 3 times now, to 3 different cell blocks, and each time it's been one guard, a single guard, who comes out and inspects the cargo. Now, I don't know what it is you're planning on doing, but that has to be a bit of information worth something.
Is that person usually a soldier or a higher up?
No, not a higher up, no. Just, whoever is on guard at the time, I imagine. No, the higher ups, I assume that they have better things to do.
That's good news. Do you know if they have any blood gates or whatever?
You mean bloodlock doors?
The bloodlocks, yes.
Yes. Well, not in the cargo bay, but I assume that they have them inside. It would be strange if they didn't.
You'd think they would have any of those, perhaps leading into the non-human cells.
Yes, of course, certainly.
Oh, 100%. Even Ukko looks back like, oh yeah.
Indeed. That situation is what the bloodlocks were ostensibly made for, keeping non-Aslanti in or out of where they're supposed to be.
I see.
Alright. I'll let the Ghost Claw know you've been helpful. Ukko will look up to the ape though, and again in basic whatever. Common, thank you. Hey, you got any more chains or manacles, cuffs we could use? We got a whole plan to get in there, so might need to look the prisoner.
he rummages around in a duffel bag that you now notice he's carrying, and
oh shit! Look at that!
and does produce a pair of manacles for you.
Cool. I take the monocles and hey, thanks, pal. Appreciate the help. These two have been cooperative, so let your boss know if they'll change their fate. I don't know.
And he just like smiles and like roughly grabs both of the soldiers and swings them around and shoves them out of the dock door.
Ukko turns to the pair, our friends, with the manacles and say,
Alright, one problem solved.
Yes. Perhaps we will need that guard conscious, the one that comes into the ship.
Yeah, you guys just tell me what to do, and once we're in, that's it. I'm gonna have I'll give you all my stuff, and whoever can be near me the most, probably give you my blade, so I might be able to sneak it, I don't know, into my cell or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Perhaps maybe I can be like your personal assistant, Navessah, or something like that. And you want to see Ukko in personally, and maybe that can give us the excuse to, escort into the non-human cell block.
That, I think, would be a good idea. I mean, I think our best bet is just to try the ruse of delivering the prisoner, and perhaps if they say only one person comes to unload the cargo, perhaps, I know this is going to be really hard for you, Ukko, but could you act belligerent?
What's that one mean? What's that word?
So if only one guard comes to take you away, perhaps we could offer to help bring you in because, even manacled, you're probably strong enough to be more than a single guard to be able to handle, so...
Oh yeah, all three of you, definitely, yeah.
So belligerent would mean that you would be aggressive and resist arrest.
Yeah, I could do that, easy peasy.
But maybe not too belligerent. We don't want too many guards on you.
Yes.
So, what are we talking here? Throw an elbow or bite someone? Because, technically, we don't have like a... What's the thing you put on my mouth? So technically, hell, that guy shows up, I could just BAM! Fire,
Save the fire for when we might need it. Just, I don't know, just knock him down or wound him, but just shoot to...
Maim.
Disable or stun, but not necessarily maim or kill.
Oh, alright. Elbows and headbutts and kicking and punching and alright. And I don't know Aslanti, right?
Yes, that might be for the best.
But maybe not too much so that way they don't
Y'all need to make it... Whatever, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
If a single guard comes and you impress him enough to think that he's not going to be able to take you in himself, and then Mishka and I will offer to help restrain you and bring you in.
Got it. I can do that. Alright, cool. We have a plan and we have a couple days to make sure we got it right. Dope. Cool. Well then... If that's it, I'm gonna have a bite to eat and kick back and finish my game. So...
Yes, of course. And if that doesn't work, I don't want to try and use it immediately, but I do also have this, and she holds out a spell gem. I only have a couple of these, but it'll allow me to magically charm someone for a little bit. So we've got at least 2 of these. I can only have one person charmed at a time, but the effects, assuming it's successful, can last up to 4 hours.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that might be perfect.
Yeah.
In case of emergency, I've got that one on standby, and if the guard doesn't agree to let us help take you, I can try and magically convince him otherwise.
Alright, cool. And I'll give you all my stuff to carry. You can have my blade and you stick with me. And do you think I should wear my ring and my necklace, or should I take those off so the Aslanti don't have them?
Best not for you to get processed with all those.
Oh, you could take it as a prize,
You can just hide them under your clothes, yeah?
Yes, if we don't think we can keep your gear hidden on your person, we can always take those in for you.
I can put it in my bag for you.
That's an idea, too.
Yes.
Yeah, well, alright, well, we have time. I really want to go play that game and eat, though, so is there anything else you two need?
I'm fine, I think.
I think we're set. Just continuing to make preparations, and as soon as our ship's ready, we'll be making the journey there.
Yeah, I could be in prison for a long time now if this doesn't go right, so I'm gonna go play a game and eat and maybe watch a few... You know what? Don't come in the room for like 20 minutes.
Alright.
Alright.
Navessah just walks away.
Alright.
Alright, so yeah, you guys just hang out for the rest of the day and relax and recuperate. Where is everybody planning to sleep for tonight?
Can we sleep on the Sundering?
I suppose you could.
I mean, we also got those special pods.
Yeah, let's use the special pods, but don't pay for the extra.
Only need 6 hours of sleep instead of 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And they clean you and groom you and take the poop out of your butt.
Alright, well fine, I'll enjoy the big old thing then if that's the case.
So you guys all rest overnight in the pods. Ukko, I need you to make a fortitude save, please.
Ooh, it's okay, I rolled a natural 20 for 27.
Nice.
All right, cool. Yeah, you guys all rest, and Ukko, You wake up feeling better than you felt in the last few days. You haven't felt terrible, but today you feel even better than you've been feeling.
Kind of one of those like, oh, have I been sick feelings?
Yeah, exactly.
Ukko eat something he wasn't supposed to.
Or got bit by a bunch of bugs.
He poked a nasty nest in a refuse pile and...
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. But I'm all better now!
So when you guys awake, you find Talmrin and Hashachir in the kitchen, and they seem to be in high spirits. And Talmrin says,
"Ah, thou art awake, good. Thy ship is ready to depart as soon as thou art ready. I suggest thee take thy morning preparations and do any final checks and then depart immediately. Our friends have been waiting for too long already."
I already did my morning preparation in the bathroom, so I'm good. Ready when y'all are. I did something mysterious in the bathroom.
Yes, anyway, thank you so much for all of your assistance, both of you. We don't know how we would have gotten this far without your help.
Yes, agreed. Appreciate your work very much.
Indeed, it is my pleasure to assist, as long as thou shalt help my friends.
Right, and they were Mothkala, Sachik,
Sichik, yes?
and
And the Slivara, whose name is quite difficult to pronounce.
Letri. Yeah, we'll go with Letri. That's all I can really make out.
Good enough.
All right, I'll keep an eye on them or out for them, and try and get them out of there too. And Hashashir, just remember what we talked about, buddy. All right?
Indeed. And Halfred wanted me to give you her luck as well.
Oh, that half-red.
I have all their numbers, right?
you definitely have half-reds and Talmrins.
Hashashir, hey, just in case I get away and all things work out, can I get your number?
Hey, yo, let me get those digits. Yes, I will add you to my circle.
Thanks, buddy.
I'd send him a thumbs up just to make sure the number goes through.
Yeah, you hear a ding, and he pulls out a comm unit and sends you back another thumbs up, but his is a Rick Ricci thumb.
Google's on it, all right.
Yep.
All right.
Turns to Friendos.
You two ready?
I think I'm good. How about you, Navessah?
Yes, I believe we're good to go.
All right, we got a few days. So, maybe, I don't know,
Looks to Mishka.
send a message to your family in case things don't go right, and Navessah, I don't know if you got anyone or anything, but, could go poorly and we might be stuck, so.
Yes.
Or dead, if we're lucky, right? So,
Oh yes, I'm aware of the risks.
all right.
Alright, so you guys head across the docking bridge into the Sundering Eclipse, newly upgraded and in really good shape now that Talmrin has finished her work on it.
With that new car smell. Wow, how'd they do that?
Exactly, then you find like 3 air fresheners spread throughout the ship.
Why are they all in my room? What the heck?
You guys undock and pull away from Outpost Z, and once you get a safe distance, you engage the drift engine and start heading towards the coordinates of Gulta. If you like that episode, please consider becoming a channel member. You'll help us make the show, and in return you'll get bonus content like deleted scenes and commentary for every episode, and mailbags where we answer your questions, and even exclusive live streams if you want them. So if you can, please click that join button below and help support the show. Thanks. See you next episode.